time. Pretty confident you can. I'm just going to still check it, aren't I? Still going to check it. Still going to check it. Yeah, you can hear me. Right. Ta-da! Check that bad boy out. That's my Cheetos. Got my Cheetos. And look, chat's back. It just, for some reason now, chat has got all the old messages that came in on the last stream, all just pumped into this one. It's weird, isn't it? We're doing free-to-play Hearthstone. Free-to-play, by the way. Free-to-play, by the way. Got a new battery in the camera. Got the red Cheetos. Should we just do the big face so you can see the Cheetos? There we go, look. Look at this. Real cheese. Wrong. Real cheese. There's no cheese in this. We're vegan. Vegan. These are... What do you think of these? Do you like these, or do they break the ambience? Should we just... They're gone. Look at that. The Ganji Kid. In red. Red or orange, really. More of an orange. Maybe magenta. Orangey red. We're hot. We're hot. And we're playing some hot Hearthstone. Some Cheetos. Free to play, by the way. So what I do in Hearthstone is I've got the main account, Europe, where I spend money on cards. Spend money on cards. I don't like doing that. You know, have spent some money on cards, but I will never spend any money on my other Europe, on my non-Europe, my NA, North America and China accounts. I've got 2 more Hearthstone accounts under the same umbrella. They're like there's different servers, and the other 2 are free to play for me. They're free to play, and I haven't been servicing them because where's Hearthstone gone? There it is. I haven't been servicing them. I've been away from Hearthstone for a bit, so this is our first time back. I've got to do the battlegrounds. God, it's got all those horrible quests for me. Drawing the cards, playing the minions, whatever. But I just don't care about any of this stuff. I'm trying to clear off some of the quests, really, though. But what's this? Create deck. Construct a deck using only basic, common, and rare cards. I'm sure that that's a face hunter. Oh, now there's a demon hunter. Maybe that's going to cause us some issues. Maybe it's demon hunter. I'm pretty sure that's face. I mean, it's got loads of cards here, isn't it? Pretty sure it should be a face hunter. Maybe a secret hunter. What's that? After you play a beast, add a random beast to your hand. It's interesting, isn't it? See, I haven't even been keeping up on these cards. Blood Herald is... Oh, it's a dual class, isn't it? Yeah. Got the Tonks. This. We'll start there. We'll start with that. We don't want to give anyone any armour, do we? Gazette Sanjouster. Oh yeah, this is free-to-play account, but I accidentally bought some wild cards once on it. It really made me cross. I bought a wild bundle with the wrong account. Let's just do this then. Let's have a go at charge. Let's see if we've got any charge cards in this collection. This has got charge. We've got a weapon equipped. This is charge. This is charge. This is charge. This is charge. And our weapons. We're going to have charge for our beasts. And we're going to use the 3-mana weapon, the Eaglehorn bow. And we're going to pop some secrets in there. This is tempo. That's nice. We can probably drop the Phase Stalker in there. You want to be doing damage. We can try that card because it might be interesting. This could go to face. That's okay, isn't it? Discovering a secret. This is also, these are lots of chances to discover secrets. Do I want to, see, this is the same thing, discover a secret, but it's got the body attached, so it's infinitely better, isn't it? What else would I like to do? I'd like to reduce the cost of some beasts in my hand to go with this Tundra Rhino, so that I can run them into face. And I'd like to discover something that had a death rattle and re-trigger it, or trigger the death rattles. Or I don't think I've got the legendary in this account to use the Dark Moon Tongue. So I'll try and reset chat in case chat's pop it out again. Look at that, when I reset chat it's all gone. It's all gone. Weird. My chat doesn't seem to work properly. I don't know why. I pop it out and then I put it in a separate window there so you can see it on screen for the edit. Maybe that's causing it trouble. I don't know. Here we go then. So what are we looking for now? Beast, and maybe the one that reduces the cost of other things. This is decent early game. Have I got the one that reduces the cost on this? I mean, I'm going to be controlling some secrets, so that might not be too bad. I can give them rush potentially, or sorry, charge later on in the game. And just drop one of those in. I haven't got the one that reduces the cost of other beasts, so getting this on board and playing something alongside it. Let's have a look at. Let's just see if we've got anything else that's a cost reduction in this collection. My hero power costs 1 less. Useful. Certainly useful if we're going to face. Discover a card with cost equal to your remaining. No, that's useless. You just put in cards that you want, not, lose a mana crystal and then have a card that is random. Discovering a death rattle minion and reducing the cost of one is good if I can then pump out my Dark Moon Tonk a little earlier. When maybe the Tonk doesn't fit this deck so much. I mean, all we're doing is trying to look for a cheap win against a slower deck. Because we just want one win, and we don't want to put too much. We don't need to put too much thought into it, do we? So let's have a tour guide. The only thing that we can't do well is draw cards. So card discovery as a battle cry, like adding things to my hand, that could be helpful. Or simply drawing could be helpful. Got a few cheap spells in secret, so we could do something with that late game. But if we're playing with that late game, we've already lost. So what can we complete this with? Let's just check. Legendary. 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 Okay, I've got none. What? Legendary. None. Free to play, by the way. Free to play. Is it Legend? Leg and no, it's Legend, isn't it? Legend. Ari. None. Right, what about Epic? None. Is this right? Is there something wrong with my collection? Death for death rattle. Have we got anything that will trigger a death rattle? If it's a mech, you can trigger it. 7, 8, 9. That's quite a lot of mana though in one turn. Draw the mech from the deck. I like that. I like that because it draws me the Tonk. It's just a solid play, but no triggering of death rattles. Or do I need to trigger? Trig. Yeah, it's only the fireworks tech. But I could use the fireworks tech on. I mean, we're not really a mech deck, are we? We're more of a secret charge beast deck. And the beasts that get charge, 3, 5, 8, and 8 mana play. We'll see how it goes. We'll just do this. It'll win. It'll win. I was only allowed to choose. Hang on, what does it say? Only common and rare. Oh, I see. I thought it meant like only. What's the word? Only. I thought it meant only classic and basic. That's what I thought it meant. Only common and rare. So no wonder I wasn't going to find a legendary. Oh, here we go then. Maybe Face Hunter's not the play. But, this is Tavern Brawl, so if it looks like it's going bad, we'll just quit and then try again. Don't want that now. Don't want that now. This is basically useless against a priest, isn't it? The charging Murloc. There we go, there's our one drop, that's what we were looking for. That could go to face, couldn't it, if they try and heal themselves up, the Dark Trap. Like that, we'll take that. And really, when you're looking at a cheap deck, I think Disguised Toast once took a Face Hunter to Legend back in the early days. A free-to-play Face Hunter. When you're looking at a cheap deck, you're possibly... Oh, look at this. This is an issue. This is an issue. When a minion's healed, draw a card. But if you want to use your hero power, my friend, then you can run the lottery of destroy your own minion. In the early days, sorry, not what I was going to say, yeah, when you haven't got many resources, it's fun to try and aim towards an archetype, like I'm going to be a priest or I'm going to be a druid, but you're pushed in a certain direction by whichever cards you get. So there is that. I would never recommend dusting cards. I'd never recommend that. The economy's just tipped too far out of balance. It's just a waste of your resources. Cards come up again later, and even though they're proposing this core change set and all this business, I've seen cards that I've thought were useless, like completely useless, and they've become the most important card in the meta. So I just think it's nice to keep the cards that you know, the reason you got these cards is to keep them, isn't it? Not to throw them away for basically no money. My opponent didn't even pop the secret then, did they? So maybe it might still be up next turn. Doubt it. What should we do? Let's go Tour Guide. And we're going to charge. I could have dropped the Phase Stalker then and pressed the button. Had another secret in play. I don't want to. I'm going to do that next turn. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to do Hyena next turn if there's still a secret. And if there's not, I'm going to do the Phase Stalker button. So maybe I should have pressed the button then, because I could do that for 4 mana next turn. That was a mistake. Shouldn't have done the charge. Should have done the button. Could have taken out this. Whenever this attacks, restore 4 health to the hero of the player. Oh dear, I didn't notice that. This one's away. This is what you do in Tavern Brawl. There's no point in playing that out. It's a waste of my life. It's a waste of my time. It's Tavern Brawl. So I just want to get a quick, cheap win. Then we can move on to something more long-term. You know, more long-term. Just check you can hear. I like checking you can hear. Where's it all gone? Where's my stream manager? There's my stream manager. Where's my stream manager? There's my stream manager. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? Where's my stream manager? There's my stream manager. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? Where's my stream manager? There's my stream manager. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? I don't know. Like, if you think it's too quiet, tell me in chat. I'll find out in the edit later. What we're playing against now, a rogue. So we've got a decent chance of... I'm just going to stick with that. I know that's a 5-drop. I know it's a 5-drop, but I'm just going to stick with that hand.
Bet there's something great inside.
And they're going to be casting spells. Yes, they are. And it's a different secret to this, which may still be up after a couple of turns if they don't play out any minions. So, I mean, it might be that they just hero power and attack face, but with this on board, they're going to hero power attack that, aren't they? So, I think we'll go with the wandering... No, the cat trick first. Let me think. I want the secret to still be up the next turn later so that this can gain the durability from it. So which is least likely to get popped? I think they're most likely to just use hero power and kill this. Nothing's going to attack face. They could quite likely cast a spell though, couldn't they? And that would then get popped, so it's far less likely they're going to attack my face. Even if they've used hero power, it's not coming to my face, is it? It's going to hit the mystery winner. Mystery winner. And there's this weird thing about Hearthstone that I've seen streamers doing, is maybe it's a language thing. We talked about language the other day. a pronunciation of the first word. Like when I look at that, I say trampling rhino. Like the rhino is the bit that I put the trampling rhino. It's a rhino, a trampling rhino. But I hear a lot of people saying trampling rhino. Like they put the emphasis on the first word. It might just be a cultural, it might be a tundra rhino. Tundra rhino. Maybe I've got equal emphasis on that. A cat trick. Cat trick. Equal emphasis. Yeah, I think it's interesting to hear people pronouncing things in different ways. They did attack face. Are they watching my stream? What's going on? They can't be watching stream because we haven't got that many viewers. Have we? They can't be watching stream. We don't want to use the eagle horn bow now because we're going to be wasting durability. We want that up. We want this up, charging with the bow. Yeah, we'll put the bow up and we'll just crash into face. That was a really good drop there, wasn't it? That was a really good one. We'll just hold on to the bow. We don't need to hit the face right now, do we? Keep that extra durability in case the spell pop system doesn't work next turn. Really simple free-to-play deck. This is Tavern Brawl, and you're only allowed to use commons and rares, or whatever, so really simple. Do face damage. All the creative and clever stuff that my opponents can do is, I'm guessing, just off the top of my head, most of the creative, clever stuff my opponents can do is limited because it requires an epic or just a good minion there. They're just playing a good minion. Good stats on board. This beasts have charge, and this was supposed to go off together maybe later. And if I pop the secret up now, it's quite probable it won't. But we're a face deck. I know I'm not pressing the button mana. We've got more stuff on board though, and it creates a problem for my opponent. Just simply the tempo. If they use a spell, this is going to pop and it's going to create more tempo on my side. If they don't, then I can pop this out next turn. But I want to save it to get a secret on board and get the charge from these. I think the Striders are beasts, aren't they? And this is going to deal face damage regardless. Don't forget to tip the Tauren. I love that card. That was one of the... I say love, and I don't say love loosely. You know, I really have a strong affinity for this. It means something to me emotionally. It was one of the first cards that, when I first started playing Hearthstone, it was going around at the time. You know, it was a Gadget Stand was one of the expansions that was out at the time. And there we go. There's the cat trick. So bye-bye your tempo. Eagle Horn Bow gets another strike on it. It was one of the first cards that, when played, it has that effect at the end of your turn, and I'd never seen that happen before. It was my early stages of playing Hearthstone, and I was like, wow, it's doing this thing at the end of turn, isn't it fantastic? I put it in every single deck I made, every deck, because it did you that little 1 health at the end. I was like, wow, look at it chucking it back on your face, that's so cool. The animations, everything, I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. This is too useful to just dump, and this is going to face as well as dealing damage on board. So now my opponent can make a choice as to which of these things to kill. I'd kill this one, because that's more face damage, isn't it? After it attacks and kills, it deals excess damage to face. Could have killed that, and then I'd probably dealt more damage to face. Making mistakes all over the show. But with only 5 health, I just have to hit this button a couple of times and maybe get a weapon swing in. So my opponent can't taunt me out. This is just easy. Easy win. Here we go, look. And there were other options on how to make lethal here from hand, so that's free to play for you. If you want to play Hearthstone, you want to be free to play. It used to be that Face Hunter was the way. The advantage of that, of course, is that you play shorter games. You know if you're going to lose to a priest and it's going on too long and you're not getting the damage in, you just cancel, quit, just lose the game. And the more games you can play in a shorter space of time, if you've got a positive win rate, it's quicker to do shorter games, to climb ladder. So that's why aggro works. These days, Demon Hunter has probably superseded that. Should really open the pack, shouldn't I, find out what's in them, but they're going to be changing them soon. What am I trying to do here? Draw cards, play minions, play cards, corrupt cards, battlegrounds, ranked play. Oh, God, win a game, play a game of battlegrounds. I hate battlegrounds, so let's just do one of those, just for the quests. Ugh. In fact, what was these quests here? Win 5 games, 2 out of 5. I'd have to play duels or more. No, let's just bin that off. Battlegrounds. You see, that's cheeky, isn't it? The reason I skipped that quest off is because I don't want to play Battlegrounds, and now it's forcing me to play Battlegrounds. And then they'll say, oh, Battlegrounds were popular, aren't they? Battlegrounds are interesting to people. They like the Battlegrounds. Well, you're forcing me to play it. Forcing me. Free to play. All the resources are important. Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not happy with that. Can you just play one game and bin it off, can you? Let's see if you can do that. It's still in beta, apparently. No perks. Let's hope you can just log in and bin it off. Claim your reward. Got the Cheetos. I don't know if you've seen the Cheetos and the hat. You seen that? Let's go free to play, by the way. Free to play. I don't care. Yeah, free to play, by the way. Battlegrounds, and it does it for you. Just concede. Is that done my quests? Yeah, thank God. Thank God. That was the quickest quest we've ever done. Draw cards, play minions, corrupt cards, win some games. Okay, let's make a corrupt deck then, hey? Free to play, by the way, free to play. Might as well open some of these up. Boom. Still a bit quiet to my liking, isn't it, that Hearthstone? There's nothing I can do about that. Oh, it might be one of these settings, mightn't it? Options. There you go, your master volume can go up. You can hear that better now, can't you? Oh, there's no point looking at these. You can look if you like. The old pizza stone. Do you think if I keep my standard basic packs as the one maker, Zeddy's cross about that this week? Do you think if I keep these packs they'll be worth something in the future when they change it all? They're not going to give you anything for the cards, are they, when they rotate them? So maybe they'll give you something for the packs. What are we doing then? Should you see some whiz back?
That deck is only for wild games.
Oh, if only you'd kept that in standard. Good, wouldn't it, whiz back? I don't know why you'd only do that in one expansion. Not keep it in. Let's do it in wild, let's roll. Let's roll. Free to play. Whizbang was one of the original free to play. Original. It was still late on in the game, wasn't it, Whizbang? But it was one of the most important free to play cards over the life of the entire Hearthstone game. Gave you access to all those different decks. Lots of fun. Instant. These are my free to play accounts, so Whizbang I consider to be an Instacraft.
Versus Illidan.
This ends now.
So I did him in golden.
The hunt
Because you get all these
begin.
gold. Oh, aren't they lovely? Look, free to play, by the way. Free to play golden Whizbang. And we're doing Face Hunter again, it looks like, so let's go. Interesting thing about playing Whizbang on ladder is that it's actually not as good as you think it should be, because the randomness of your deck versus the randomness of your opponent, like I said earlier, if you play enough games with the same deck that's got a positive win rate, eventually you should start to climb. if you change your deck every single time, and so does your opponent, it's just totally random whether you're in a favourable match or not. And that randomness can really affect your win rate. It can improve it. You can push it right up if you happen to get the right decks to see out the right opponents. But you can't judge the meta. You can't play an aggro deck for an aggro meta or a control deck for an aggro meta or whatever. You can't do that. You just have to run Whizbang and hope. But still, it's fun. And we talk about art on this stream, and one of the reasons that I love Whizbang so much is you get the full card art. You get that golden card art, which is so fantastic, isn't it? Look, animated, beautiful tour guide there, pointing off into the distance, cheerful, but with still some quite mean-looking teeth.
Quickly.
Talk about the golden cards later. Come on. What do I want to do now? I also want to play this.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
It might seem greedy, and it is, but what this does is it says to my opponent, if you play something, I can kill it. Put something down on board, and I've got a free shot on it. So it hampers my opponent's choices. And they're probably thinking, look at this golden hunter. What are they doing down at level 10 chicken? You don't see your opponent's levels anymore, do you? Level 10 chicken. Do you know what? I just thought of Wreckful. I just wanted to say that. I just thought about Wreckful. I just thought playing Hearthstone in today's day and age with this full golden Whizbang deck. The changes that have come around, and he's not here to see it. I'm going to turn down the old Hearthstone a bit. This might be a bit loud, right now. Yeah, I just thought about Wreckful. He's not here to see it, is he? It's a shame. I think we should do something. I'm not anyone special and pertinent to his life. We've got the Voracious Reader, so we are about pumping out the cards, aren't we? Well, this was the plan all along, anyway. Look at those beautiful gold cards. It's a shame my opponent's roping me, because now we're not going to get to look at the cards. I just got to bash on and talk about Wreckful. I didn't know him personally. I wasn't, I'm not a big... They didn't like the gold. It was intimidating to them. Free to play, by the way, cheesing it with Whizbang. Free to play Cheetos. Should we move chat around, see if there's anyone in chat? See if it's just broken. Free to play, by the way, Golden Whizbang. So I never knew Wreckful personally, but I watched his content a bit. Not loads, not loads, not as much as I do someone else, some of the others, not loads and loads, but I did watch him. I was aware of him. And then after he died, I decided to watch him a bit more. I looked through his old work, and I really found someone intelligent, caring, a high quality person. Someone that I thought had a lot more to give, and I think it's really sad the way things ended for Wreckful. What am I now? I'm a demon hunter. I hate demon hunters. Deal 3 damage to a minion, shuffle soul fragments. Yeah. Paladin. Need to keep the paladin board. What am I playing against? I mean, wild. So my paladin could be odd, and then I just lose, I think. But if they're trying to buff minions on board, then I need to keep the board clear. It's hard for me to do the AoE that I need to do if it's that sort of paladin. So Wreckful, I think it's a real great shame, and I think, it's all felt bad and whatever, but it just feels wrong to me that do I want to play my coin now? Do I know this deck enough? I think I want this for the coin. That's my coin turn, isn't it? 4 into 5. So for now, this is really useful. So I'm just going to press my button. I think something should be done. It's not up for me to do. It's not for me to do, really, is it? But I just feel like we should have a Wreckful day, or Wreckful commemorative tournament, or you know, something that we do as a community of people who exist in this place. Murloc Paladin, mate. So I guess I just keep the board clear. Don't let it get overrun, and look out for that the one card that will pop out all the Murlocs, the Prismatic Lens into the thing. Deal your damage equal to your attack to 3 minions. So that's useful. I mean, I could clear the next turn. Obviously, is buff these, so clearing them off would be great. So I think I will do that. I think we'll go for 2 attack, coin, deal the damage, and then just do I clear that with my minion? No, I don't. Do I? Doing less damage than I should be, but I'm keeping my minion at higher health. Yeah. And this way the board's still clear. I've still got instant on board like damage and another minion to add. That's too slow. Unless you can play out that minion. No, that's too slow. And I'm gonna just check that this isn't outcast. It's not outcast, is it? No.
You don't pick the ones.
Deal 2 damage to a minion. If it dies, add another copy to your hand. Okay, so that's board clear. That's board clear. Get things on board. Because my opponent's got a weapon, so one of these things is dead, isn't it? So, but sadly, this one's not gold. Everything else is gold. Oh, beautiful gold. Oh, free to play, by the way. Oh, free to play one maker in shiny. They've gone for the colour scheme on one maker. You're not giving me a chance to talk about the art, mate. You've got some gold cards too, lovely, but you're not giving me a chance to talk about the art. I want to talk about this. They've gone for that streamer neon magenta blue streamer scheme, and she's got an owl on her shoulder, and there's that magic going. It's one of these that I feel is too much. There's too much detail. It's too small for a Hearthstone card. It needed to be a bigger, more clear image, because now I can see there's the owl. I'm missing some of these details, and the big chin and the face. I think it should have been simplified a little and made a bit more clear. I think they're the best designs for Hearthstone cards. Is more simple, more clear. Because from a distance, it's just a little thing, isn't it? You can't even see what the owl is, but it's still a cool card, and that's cool art. Yeah, what am I supposed to be doing now? 5 mana, quick, hurry up. And this to 3 random enemy minions, and the other one will be
The wand picks you.
killed by me.
The wand picks you.
Just important that I keep the board clear, because my opponent's going to want to buff that board, and every time I keep it clear, it slows them down. And eventually, we'll get into a point where I will still have a couple of things remaining on board from our plays, and they will lose tempo to the point where they can't continue. It's probably one of the only tempo plays they have there, that and the weapon. Not a problem to me at all. Draw a card. Let's deal 3 damage, but it might be sensible to deal damage to something that therefore can't get buffed, because this paladin could be holding some huge buffs. But a 1 and a 5. You want that to go to face, don't you, really? I can have a copy of that for free. That's board clear if things seem to get out of hand, though, isn't it? Or I could go 1, 2, and then I've got 4 mana. Put up the Marrow Slicer. Go to face. And that sets up an attack for next turn. But it throws this away. It means this is gone then. You only live once, don't you? Add a temporary copy. That's Echo. I don't know why they mix up these mechanics like this. Starting to do some damage now, and although we don't have presence on board, we've at least got a weapon up, which allows us for board control next turn, along with all these soul fragments that we can generate with Soul Geologist Malicia. Lovely card in beautiful magenta and in gold. Look at that. Look at it in gold. Flaming hair, and they've done a really good job on the animation here. You know, there's a different team that animate the card to design it and draw it. So the artist has given them art and then they've animated that art separately. But really good there. This skull. Again, when the card is small, you don't see that skull in the background. But a bit of detail there that's often lost, brought out by that golden animation. Lovely. Looks like some sorceries going on. I like it. It's got a lot of flavour to it, hasn't it? I like the colour scheme as well. One of these days we're going to start building decks with colour scheme in mind. So we've got to kill both these things, basically, haven't we? But we've got loads of these things with Rush. So we could maybe get more of them. In fact, I'm going to do that. 2 more soul fragments. What's that? Deal 3 damage. So there's 1 thing down. I'm going to attack. There's 2 things down. And I'm going to deal this damage to the face.
Our enemies will fall.
Am I? I mean, I've said so often about how important it is to keep the board clear. My enemy can have huge buffs, and with all these Murlocs flying around, just 1 or 2 huge buffs from hand can make a big difference. So whilst it looks like I'm being stupid, wasting damage, keeping the board clear, and that's important. Next turn we know what our weapon will be, if we choose to use it, along with a hero power. Just it increases the damage on that weapon. And we've still got this as a huge power play. 6 of them. Full board. So my opponent can't win. They can't fill the board and buff it and, you know, hold us off with that rushing Soul Geologist. If they don't choose to do something that requires this, then we can just keep beefing up that weapon and the board, drawing cards, and then look at that though.
Loot? What more can I ask for?
Maybe I'm playing wrong. You know, maybe I should be pushing for face damage to set up lethal. But as I said, oh look, there's 1 soul fragment down, so what? Oh look, that and that go nicely together, don't they? That and Throw Glaive go nicely together as well, don't they? Anyway, we're doing this. We're doing this, aren't we now? Because there's a relatively large board.
Put some soul into it.
There we go. And 1 of these. We want to take the least amount of damage on board. So we will go this way round. And to face. And my opponent's got trouble now. And if they do manage to clear this board, then I've got another weapon and more cards coming up. So this Demon Hunter golden free to play whiz-bang deck has served us well. Look at that golden Magtheridon. That jumping around. Whoosh. It almost seems floaty though, doesn't it? The way they've got it floaty. So it doesn't quite convey the same. Blizzard is a company that are really good at game feel. You know, the crunchy, chunky game feel, they're really good at that. But Magtheridon there, he's not animated properly. He should be like floaty and then chung. Floaty and then chung. Like, there's no weight to that animation, is there? Bit of a shame. Nice perspective on it. Nice design. Yeah, of course. Come on, Razor. You must have had a quest to play Murlocs or something. Free to play, by the way. Free to play. Push. All gold. Cheetos. Cheese in it. Except this side, real cheese. Not real cheese because we're vegan. Vegan. Cheetos. Climbing up the ladder. Climbing up your Wild ladder with a golden deck. Oh, look, you've spent your money. Now I'm going to enjoy this. I don't really want to summon a demon companion, but secrets need to be in the deck for Face Stalker to work. What I really want is the one cost tour guide, but I don't have it. My opponents spent their money. They've got their golden hero skin thing, whatever. But look, we've got golden as well, but we haven't spent loads of money. Ours is free to play. We just got it through that whiz-bang. Crafted a golden whiz-bang. Look at the animation on that. Charge! No? What do you mean? I feel that Hearthstone's moved away from some of the more gruesome, grotesque, realistic fantasy art. The original fantasy art, like the original Dungeons and Dragons, I mean, I'm saying original, it goes back before that, doesn't it? Tolkien, all sorts, but the original gamer fantasy art, Dungeons and Dragons, was a little bit more realistic, it was a little bit more raw, and I think Hearthstone looked like that initially. Magic the Gathering did as well, maybe originally, but my opponents deliberately, built their deck. I haven't. I think we're in trouble here. They can damage that themselves just by running it into this. I think we want a Demon Companion, because if we can get the right thing, we can finish this off in one hit. But I don't know, I'm just going to do this. The right manner. What was I saying? Yeah, so there used to be much more. I should do these as like proper video, shouldn't I? I shouldn't just choff them off the top of my head. But there used to be a much more realistic and visceral sense to the art of the cards. And when companies realised that they were selling them to kids and trying to sell them to, to kids, they sort of toned that down. They made it a lot more. I mean, look at that, Voracious Reader. That's a little cartoon, isn't it? It's not anime. It's not. It doesn't have the same style as the fantasy fiction art. It's not as visceral, is it? It's a bit more cartoony, a bit more Western, a bit more cute, a bit more Hanna-Barbera, a bit more Tom and Jerry. I don't know. It's totally removed from like the grotesque nature of these demons. What are we doing here? What am I supposed to be doing? Playing this. It's a waste, but I'm going to do this anyway. And I think that secret will be freezing, won't it? Alright. Yeah, so Hearthstone is one of these games where you've got this continual this continual release of new cards and new design and different artists. It's not all one artist, there are lots and lots of artists. Some people only do one card. So you've got all these artists contributing. They're given a brief, and the brief has obviously changed to become far more cute and child-friendly, far less adult. Oh, there's the freeze. Oh, it's Snake. Snakies. Far less adult. Some people prefer that. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of that. I prefer the more visceral tone that you can set. Oh, nice. My opponent should guess by that play what that secret is, but it doesn't matter, does it? They've got to trade. They have to trade off now, basically, don't they? If they don't trade off, they're silly. But regardless, these things can't live. They can't hit me in the face, so might as well trade them off. Yeah, so it's got a lot less raw, the imagery. You can still find this raw imagery. Look at the Face Stalker. Look at the Face Stalker. All the animation secondary to the artist's original. But that artist's original's got a lot of rah about it. Oh, there it goes. That was the correct play. Well done, Crumply Ned. Well done. Maybe they're playing a whiz-bang deck as well, but theirs isn't gold, is it? Voracious Reader, now, in a whiz-bang deck, the original deck would have been great, but now this has been nerfed. It messes up the balance of the deck in a very key and important way. So, not such a good deck to be getting with whiz-bang, but what can you do? I don't care that you kill that. You're scared of it, aren't you? So you had to give it a go. And the same thing's going to happen with Dragonbane. My opponent's going to be scared of this. I know that was a mistake as well, because I'm wasting damage picking off. Statistically, it was a 1 in 3 that would go to face, and you usually want to drop it when there's nothing on board so it can go to face. But like I say, my opponent's scared of it now, so they have to use something that would have previously been a big damage card to my face on board, and that can make a difference. It probably won't make the difference in this game, because my opponent's got a much more honed face deck. Mine is rubbish, my free-to-play deck. But what can you do? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. There's no point in pressing that this turn, because we might get something else that can synergize with it next turn. So you hold that. It's so powerful. The tour guide's so powerful. There's so many cards that synergize with your hero power. So getting your hero power for free and banking it. Powerful, powerful card. My opponent's now going for the win. They've dropped Polket. They've got a nice, solid deck, and they've... what are we doing now? I'm going to have to go this way. Thank you. And then... Oh, maybe I should have dropped the tour guide. That was probably a mistake as well, to be honest. That was probably a mistake. So I'm going to copy more things on board. I don't really want more things on board, because they might have... create a 1/1 hound for each thing on board with charge. That might be a problem to me. I mean, they can't hit me in the face with this unless they've got a rush card that they can use to pop my secret. But this looks very close to lethal for my opponent. And we've got to hold them off with these secrets. Nice. Well played. That was good. They worked that out. They popped the secret. They got the king crushing. Well played. Can we do the damage now? Oh, there's our Polket. A little bit too late. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. What we have to hope now is that by popping this secret off, we don't want it to be another pressure plate. So we play this. What can we kill? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't even kill King Crush, so I'm going to kill Bran. Oh, no more secrets. That's the appropriate time for the... Now, the pressure plate probably won't save us here, but if my opponent watches my play, they might consider that, they might think that I've got a freezing trap up, and so I might be loath to attack with King Crush. But it doesn't matter, because they can just press the button. Free to play, by the way. All gold. Terry's all gold. Free to play. I'm not Terry. Who's Terry? All gold. Free to play. There's a quest. There, we got one. We did one. Nice. So I am now going to end stream because I'm shooting myself in the foot by running a stream without enough viewers. I think what happens is that on this Twitch, what happens is that I go on stream earlier in the day. It sends an announcement to my followers. It's like sending them a thing saying, "Hey, fella's on stream, go and watch him." And then I do another stream later in the day. It doesn't send the second announcement. It doesn't send another one out. It just, you're on stream again. Yeah, so what? We're not telling people. And so I don't get that second stream viewership, which is weird. And then what's happening is it's reducing the average number of viewers, which is taking me further away from partnership and all that, which is a shame. But yeah, I don't mind streaming to just you. You know, I don't mind streaming with it just being us. But I do mind Twitch shutting me out of the affiliate system so early in the progress. So we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing it. I'm going to come back tonight even. What is it, 9 o'clock? I need to take the dog for a walk in an hour. So I might be back on tonight might even be on tonight again. But until then, at the moment, right now, I just need to pop off for a little bit. Ta-da! Today we're in red. Today we're in orange. Cheetos flaming hot. Flaming hot. Today we are in orange with the new hat. The new hat. You be good one, little puckos.